Okay, we are live. I'm on Facebook and I am now recording the training. Yay! Let me just make sure everything's cool. All right, you guys. So because this did not work last night, I'm not sure what happened last night. I don't know why my recording didn't show up on the Facebook group like it is today. I gotta get a drink. I've not eaten lunch today and my shake is my lunch. So I'm redoing the training. I'm just gonna completely redo it, which kind of sucks because yesterday's training was so freaking good. But I'm redoing it. No worries with that. Can you guys hear my TV in the background? Are y'all hearing noise in the background? Because if you are, I want to go turn it down. I don't know if you are though. Please let me know. All right, I'm gonna share my screen. Today's training is so good, you guys. Like, it's literally all about branding you, all about branding yourself so that you can start attracting go-getter coaches on your team. Like, these are some shifts that I have made, but I also got a lot of these tips from other top 10, top 25 coaches. So everything I'm sharing with you today isn't just stuff that I've learned, but these are things that top 10, top 25 elite millionaire coaches are doing in their businesses, because this is 2018 and social media has evolved for 2018. It's going to evolve all the freaking time because that's just how social media works. What worked for me 5 years ago does not work for me today. Like, what I was doing 5 years ago doesn't work. So if you were a coach 5 years ago, even 2 years ago, even a year ago, and you're still doing the same things you were doing then, and you're doing it now, and you're not seeing progress, that means you have to evolve. Your business has to evolve. You've got to change something that you are doing so that you can start seeing results. And then if you're telling me, but Crystal, I'm doing all the activities I'm supposed to be doing, then I'm gonna ask you how consistent you are. Because it's not just enough to be doing these things that I'm about to show you. You've got to show up and do them every single day. Like, consistency is key, because this is what is going to show people that you are a coach they want to work with. Okay, I'm gonna hop over to Facebook really fast and make sure I don't have any questions coming in. Nope, everything looks good. I'm gonna go ahead and screen share. Screen share. Share screen. All right, you guys. Can you see this? Can you guys let me know if you can see this? I want to make sure my slide is showing up. So let me know that you can see this. Give me a heart, a thumbs up, something. So that I know it's popping up. Okay. Okay. Why and how we brand, all right? In 2018, people want real. We still do attraction marketing because that's what I taught last year and the year before, but it's evolved, okay? In 2018, it's different than what it was. Now, people want real, raw, and vulnerable. Why do we do it? Why are we getting real in our businesses? This is how you will connect with people that are just like you. And this is the best part. So you've got to be 1,000% you. I really, really admire coaches that you can just tell. You can tell they have built their brand. You can tell they've built their like niche, because all of their coaches are pretty similar. Like Ashley Molstead is a coach that I follow religiously. I think she's number 2 in the company. She might be number 3. She's either number 2 or number 3, and then her coach, Emily Faber, is either number 2 or number 3. Like, they're in this together. I think they both went like 15-star diamond qualifying like at the same time, like yesterday, which is totally amazing. I love hearing stories like of coaches that are doing this with their own coaches and they're hitting these huge milestones together. But It's amazing whenever you see these coaches and we're all together at our Success Club trips or leadership trips, and everyone just clicks. Everyone just vibes. Everyone gets together like it's summer camp, cheerleading camp, everyone's hanging out. Everyone just has that same vibe. And you have to think about that whenever you're attracting your go-getter coaches. Think about who you want to be on vacation with. Think about who you would sit across the table at a coffee shop with and have a genuine conversation. Like, these are the type of people that you want to bring into your business. So like, you've got to be able to take off the mask of what you want people to think of you and just be truly authentically you. So how do we do that? And basically, it's everything I'm sharing today. And I even have like some homework for you guys. You actually have like a worksheet, homework, like I don't know what you would call it. It's just like an activity that you can do to really define who you are and who you want on your team, so that you can start branding and you can start looking for that particular group of people and marketing towards them, okay? I gotta move my box because that shit ain't gonna work. Okay, you are your own company. Okay, your brand is you, and you are fully responsible to share yourself, your journey, and what you are about. Okay, you are representing your story. If you are not clocking in and sharing your story and your journey, your business is closed and you're not going to bring in the right people. So if you are trying to duplicate, not duplicate. If you are trying to copy another coach, you will not bring in your people. You can duplicate what another coach is doing and make it your own. But if you are copying and pasting another coach, this is never going to work for you, because you are not genuinely being yourself. Like, another reason why I like Ashley Molstead is she is not ashamed to talk about her mental health and the fact she loves to drink. Like, her and her husband love to go to the bar. They love to take shots. They love to do that. And she is still a successful as hell coach, because she's bringing in people that are just like her, that like to party, like to go out, like to be like in that scene, but still want to get in shape and still want to be healthy. Like, for me, like, I come off as this like, I don't want to say hardcore, but like kind of like this punk rock, like grunge, like covered in tattoos, side shave, blue hair. I drop F-bombs. Like, that's just kind of who I am. If I hid that from you guys, we wouldn't connect. We wouldn't click. So that's why it's so important that you are just being yourself and you are sharing what makes you special. I share my postpartum depression that I went through, my anxiety, my love for makeup, mom life. I share my brand. I share who I am to the core, because whenever I think about this business and whenever we get together at our yearly events and whenever I'm on the phone with people and I'm doing these video conferences, I want to know that my tribe is sitting across the table from me, across the computer screen from me. We are paid to be professional storytellers, and you will naturally become your brand when you're willing to share your life authentically, like the good, the bad, and the ugly. Storytelling is just part of our job. Like, people don't want to hear the testimonies of other people. Like, they want to hear what you're going through, what your team is facing, what your nutrition looks like, what your business looks like, what your highs and your lows look like. Oh my gosh, can y'all hear my rabbit right now? She's like clawing at this little thing that I have. It's so funny. It can get so loud when she does that. Anyway, we are paid to be professional storytellers, and you have to be willing to share sides of you and to get vulnerable with it. And it's not always easy. And I'm not saying you've got to air out dirty laundry and talk negatively, but people want to know you're human. They want to know what you struggle with. They want to know what's going on in your world and how you are doing something about it, okay? Always sharing other people's posts and always talking about negative things, being political, doing stuff like that, that can often turn people away because they're going to think that's how you are when you're coaching. You're political, you're negative, you're not forward focused, and you're just going to share other people's content. But whenever you are focusing on your own journey and you're clocking in and you're talking about your story and you're taking the mask off that you want people to just think, and you start living true to your own self, you are going to attract the kind of people that you want into your life, that you want on your team because you click and you get it. So when you're trying to train them, they're listening to you. They are there with you and they're present because you guys just click, all right? Now, this very bottom one says confidence account. What does that mean? What does your confidence account mean? If you are scared to share your story and you're scared to put yourself out there and you're scared to be authentic because you don't know if people are going to accept you for who you are, you need to fill your confidence account. What that means is your business, start looking at your business as a confidence account, okay? The more you drink your Shakeology every single day, you're adding to your confidence account. And that adds to your business account, okay? The more you work out, you're adding to your confidence account because whenever you work out, you feel accomplished. You feel proud. You feel like you've done something for yourself that is making you positive and empowered and encouraged and accomplished, all of these things. That's adding to your confidence account, okay? Whenever you're reading your personal development, this is huge, you guys, huge. Whenever you're reading and listening to your personal development, you are adding to your confidence account. And it's a really big telltale sign to me when people are reading and listening to personal development because you see it come out in their posts. Their stories become more meaningful. Like, it's not enough to say, oh, it's Tuesday, Taco Tuesday. Like, no, add value to that. Yeah, it's Taco Tuesday. Let me tell you how to make a healthier version of a taco. Let me tell you how this fits into my meal plan. Let me tell you how I don't count a single fucking calorie. I don't worry about anything like that, and you don't either. So add value, all right? It's really a telltale sign when people are like adding to their confidence account by doing the business activities. You see it come out in your post, okay? And this is all about branding you. What is making you stand out against the other 500,000 coaches that are out there, okay? You are going to stand out whenever you start storytelling. Don't just post a throwback Thursday picture, a Taco Tuesday picture, a way back Wednesday or hump day picture. Add value to it. Add something funny, create emotion, do something that allows people some insight into your life. And you might be like, Crystal, come on, tell me how to attract some hella amazing coaches. This is it. I'm giving you that information right now. If you want go-getter coaches on your team, you've got to brand yourself so authentically that you're attracting the people that will follow you, that are your tribe, that will, when you say jump, they're saying how high. Next slide. Your story plus your journey, okay? This is about you. So what does it look like when you are sharing, when you are being authentically you, okay? You've got to think of in past, present, and future tenses, okay? That might sound so weird, but you have to do it. Think about where you were before you signed up as a coach. Where were you? What was your mindset like? What was your childhood like? What was college life like? How were your relationships? Where was your mindset? What did you struggle with? And then the day you signed up as a coach, how did that feel? Because a lot of people, they have that sense of feeling overwhelmed, excited, nervous, fearful, unsure. So you have to make sure you're hitting those pain points as well, because your future coaches, they're feeling those same things, okay? If they're like you and they're your tribe, they're gonna feel that as well. So you've got to think about this when you're sharing your story. And then you have to think about the future. How do you want to feel? Where do you want to be? Where do you want to be in 6 months? Where do you want to be in 2 years? Where do you want to be in 5 years? Where are you going? Not where you hope to be, but where are you going to be? Whenever I go to your Facebook, I want to know, are you painting your picture clearly in detail with emotional connection on your social media? Are you showing up on your social media every single day and giving real, raw emotion? It's no longer about being superficial 3 to 5 times a day on your social media. No, that shit doesn't work anymore. It's all about, you probably only need to post twice a day, maybe 3 times a day. One of those posts needs to be clear, emotional, real, raw, like, I don't know. Like, that is what you need on your social media. Sorry, my husband texted me and I looked at it. I shouldn't have looked at it, you guys. Shouldn't have looked at my husband's text message because it like distracts me. But do your followers know what you have to offer? Do your followers know who you are? Do your followers know what you're struggling with? Do your followers feel relatable to you? Remember, your social media is your stage. It's your platform. It is not about you. It is about your story and how your story is influencing other people. Are you real? Are you vulnerable? Are you raw? Are you relatable? Because those things equal engagement. Okay, I'm going to show you some example posts in just a moment. You need to help other people see themselves in your shoes, okay? Like, for example, I remember when I first got started with this, and like, I had never gone to a Beachbody event. I had barely done anything in the business. It was like the first 9 months as a coach. And like, you guys know, I sucked as a coach in the beginning. I wasn't like, I don't know. Like, I just wasn't doing the daily activities. I wasn't doing personal development. I was working out. I was drinking my shakes every single day, but I wasn't sharing the journey. I wasn't sharing who I was. And I went to my very first Beachbody event. And if you've been a coach a while, you've heard me share this story. But I didn't even know who the CEO was. I remember whenever he got up on stage, I was like, who's that short guy on stage? Like, seriously, Carl Deichler, you're like 5 foot. No, I'm just kidding. He's like 5'5", maybe 5'6". But like, I had no idea who he was. I was just there for Shaun T. And I almost left after the workouts, but my friend Amanda was there. So I stayed and I listened, and I saw coaches stand up and they started sharing their stories. And all of a sudden I saw myself in their shoes. Their story inspired me to canceling my coaching account and to stay on board. And just to see what I could do. Because if they can do it, I can do it. So I had to start storytelling. I had to help other people see themselves in my shoes. So that divorce I was scared to talk about, I talked about it. My eating disorders that I was scared to talk about, I talked about it. My hypothyroidism, my celiacs, I talked about it. My debt, I talked about it. Being in low income, talked about it. I talked about everything. I talked about my anxiety. I talked about my postpartum depression. I talked about, everything. I didn't, air dirty laundry or anything like that. I always kept it forward focused, but I shared it because I wanted other people to know that if I can do it, they can do it. And even if it's one person, you guys, it's worth it to do. So before every single post and message that you send out, you need to know who you are trying to connect with and how you are serving them. Remember, this isn't about you. It's about them. Think about this. Think about this when you're sharing on your social media. When you are sharing on your Facebook and on your Instagram, kind of like the example I gave a while ago, think of it as a blog post. Okay, think of your Instagram. I spend more time on Instagram because it's so much more fun over there with Instagram stories. But I'm using both because some of you are still on Facebook only, even though Instagram is where it's at and it's so much easier to build over there. But think about this. Twitter is for those little blurbs, you know, that you just say, hey, Taco Tuesday, hashtag, you know, whatever. No, Facebook and Instagram are your blogs. Start thinking of it like that. Start thinking of it as, this is where I'm going to blog about my journey. This is where I'm going to share with people the good, the bad, the ugly, the vulnerable, the raw, the relatable. This is where I'm going to share with people how to, and how I did it, and how it's possible for them. Okay? This is where I'm going to inspire people to take a leap of faith. This is where I'm going to publicly talk about the insecurities I had and how it's okay if they have insecurities as long as they do something about it. This is where I'm going to start talking about all of the reasons why people are afraid to become coaches. And I'm going to talk about it publicly because I'm going to talk about how I felt whenever I signed up, and the fears and the uncertainty that was going through my head. So every single time you're about to post, you're about to send a message, know who you are connecting with and how you will serve them. If you don't know your person that you're about to send a message to, ask questions. I get people that message me all the time. I don't know who they are, and they message me and ask me about coaching, and my responses to them are not, okay, let me send you this YouTube video really fast. It's, oh my gosh, thank you so much for messaging me. I appreciate it. I'm so honored that you're coming to me. I cannot wait to connect with you. I don't think we've connected before. Why don't you tell me about yourself? And then I'll go stalk them for 5 minutes, and I'll come back and I'll be like, P.S. Oh my God, your dog, fucking adorable. P.S. Oh my God, your banner pic, your kids, they are beautiful. P.S. Oh my God, your family, they're gorgeous. How old are your kids? Like, before I send them any detail, I'm asking them a question. I want to get to know them. I want to connect with them. Because if I don't take the time to connect with them, how am I going to know how to inspire them? How am I going to know what information and how much information I should share right up front? Because some people only want bullet points. Some people want paragraphs. Some people want videos. Some people want phone conversations. Some people just want bite-sized pieces at a time so that they can absorb it, okay? Whenever you, and I'm like going off on a tangent there a little bit. Next thing, in your post, you want to use buzzwords and phrases, okay? So, and I will go over that in just a minute, buzzwords and phrases that you need to use. But first, when you are sharing your story, when you're sharing your journey on your social media, you're sharing for someone else, okay? We kind of already covered that. Speak to your tribe. Speak to the person that you are sitting across from on the computer and pretend you're sitting across from them at a coffee shop. I said that a while ago, but that's what you're doing. These strings are about to drive me crazy. I'm cold. Pretend you're sitting across from them at a coffee shop. How are you going to talk to them? Are you going to say, okay, just 1 second, let me get you my YouTube video? No, you're not going to say that. You're going to say, oh my gosh, you should totally take a look at this video really fast. I literally share my entire story. Want to check it out? Talk to them how you talk to real people. Have a real conversation, okay? Leadership. In your conversations, a real leader transfers the belief that you have for yourself, for this business, for this opportunity, and you transfer it into others. I did not have the belief, the faith, or the confidence whenever I first became a coach. But Janelle, she sure as hell instilled it into me because I was able to see myself in her shoes, okay? Content creates madness. Content is everything, you guys, okay? Because times have changed. You have to find and speak to your tribe. And how that works is you've got to, so we used to think and we used to create our ideal avatar, right? Like, what does our avatar look like? What's our ideal coach? What does she look like? What does she drive? How many kids does she have? No, that's not how it works anymore. Think less of crafting one person and focus more on crafting the qualities, the personalities, the interests, the personas that you are looking to connect with, okay? Like whenever I am looking for someone to connect with, I used to just look up unicorn hair, like hashtags unicorn hair, but now I get real specific, okay? I love using certain brands of hair color. I will now go and look for the people that are using my same brand of hair color, and I connect with them, okay? Same thing with my side shaves, same thing with my makeup, same thing with I love to travel. I love to travel, and I love to stay at all-inclusive resorts. I love staying at like Marriott's and Hyatt's. Like that's what I like to do. So I literally go and I will look up locations of places I like to go, and I will go find people that are staying at that hotel, that are hiking the same trails I hike, that are doing things that I love to do. I go and look for those specific people. I go to hashtags on Instagram. I go to locations on Instagram. It is so important that you are doing these things, okay? Do not be afraid to write down what you want to see in a dream coach. Because if you're not writing that person down, if you're not writing down those qualities you want in a dream coach, how the hell do you expect to brand yourself and to start marketing yourself towards that niche of people, okay? Envision who you want on your team, but also you need to start thinking about who you do not want on your team, okay? Like, I know exactly the type of coaches I do not want on my team. And I literally am immediately turned off if I can tell that there are those types of people out there, because I have envisioned it. I know what I don't want on the team. And I have that in my head, and I'm not going to allow myself to just sign up people just for the hell of it to get Success Club points, because I know I'm not going to connect with them, and I know I'm not the coach for them, okay? Make a list of traits that you do not want on your dream team. What do you not want? Okay, I don't want excuse makers. I don't want people that are not willing to invest in themselves. I don't want people on my team that don't like to have fun. Like, I love to have fun. I love to kick back a few drinks. I love to hang out with my girlfriends. I love to drop F-bombs when my kids aren't around. That's just what I like to do. I like to hike. So I'm not going to invest my time into people that don't get me. And they don't get my weird, because I'm weird. I also like crocheting. Like, how weird is that? You know, now my dream team does not need to have all of the same traits. Like, they don't need to like every single thing I like, but there needs to be similarities there, okay? And these are the lists that you're gonna use when you are crafting quality content for your social media, okay? All of these things you have to think about before you start crafting your content for your Facebook and for your Instagram. Make sure there's no questions coming in. Perfect, perfect. So your homework. So what I want you to do, okay, how you're going to find and how you're going to speak to your people. After you create your list and after you envision who you do and don't want on your team, think of your own personal story, style, authenticity, okay? Think about the qualities and like think about how these qualities have what people need and how it solves problems for them. What qualities do you possess that's going to attract people because they want that, okay? They want the freedom to go hiking in the middle of the day like I do, but they can't because they're stuck in a job. They want the freedom to be able to color their hair, but they can't because they're stuck in a job that doesn't allow fun colors. They want to have the freedom to travel, you know, all expenses paid, but they can't because they have to ask for paid time off. They have to ask for vacation time, and they just don't have that luxury. They want to be able to have tattoos, and they can't have tattoos because they work a job that doesn't allow them to do that. They want to be able to do certain things, but they can't. They want to be able to show up to all dance recitals for their kids, but they can't because they have a job that's holding them back. What is your personal story, style, and authenticity? What is it doing to inspire others so that it can solve an issue that they're having in their life, okay? And you've got to brain dump that. You've got to brain dump every quality, amazing quality, style, story, and authentic thing about you that people would love to have. And you might not think that you have it, but you do. You have a quality that people will love. Maybe you're a gamer. Maybe you like to go to Comic-Cons. Maybe you like, I don't know, to lay on the beach in the middle of the day. What is your style? What is your story, okay? Begin brainstorming the wants and needs of your dream team. What are their desires? What are they desiring? What are they craving? What do they want for their life? And then also start brainstorming what you know they won't want for their life, okay? Stuck in a job for the next 60 years, missing their kids' activities, never taking a vacation except for every few years, you know, having to drive a car until it dies, being in credit card debt for the rest of their life, being in having school debt for the rest of their lives, you know, never having a house they're proud of, not having a backyard for their kids to play in, not being able to walk their kids to the bus stop without having to rush and go to work, you know, not having to hide themselves from the world so that they can stay in their job. What do they struggle with? What are they sick and tired of? What are they fed up with? What do they need to change? And once you start doing this exercise, you're going to know exactly how to speak to your people. And I kind of already talked about this, but where does your tribe hang out? Like, I love music festivals. My husband's in the music industry, so music is a big part of their life. I love hiking. I like going to different venues. I love staying at nice resorts. I like going to theme parks. I like reading. I like comic books, Marvel movies. These are things that I like. I like the beach. I like tropical locations. Go to those locations, find those hashtags on Instagram, and go find your people. They're there. There are billions of people in this world. There's like 5 billion people that are about to tune in to the royal wedding tomorrow, okay? There's people that need your help, I promise. So these are some examples, okay? Engaging post. It needs to connect to people's emotions, okay? So this is a post that I posted a few days ago. And this is where those keywords, buzzwords come into. So you can see this is a long post, right? This entire post does not show up on Facebook. It goes to about, to the girl who wakes up wondering if it's worth it to get out of bed, I've been you. It stops right there and then people have to click see more. You need to give people a reason to click see more. Right here, my very first line, to the girl who doesn't see purpose in her life, I've been you, that is clickbait. That is a buzzword. That is a buzz sentence. That is automatically talking to the women out there, the girls out there that have struggled with their own mental health. Okay? Because one of my things that make me as a coach is mental health. I'm very big on taking care of your mental health and self-care and self-love and self-value. So that is a buzzword, all right? Obviously, you can read this and there's a specific type of girl that I am talking to. I am talking to the girl that has been pushed around, shoved down, suppressed, backed into a corner her entire life. To the girl who has no direction because she puts everyone else in front of her own wants, needs, and desires. To the girl who is so sick and tired of wondering what else is out there because she knows she's made for more, but she doesn't know where to start. This right here is connecting to someone's emotions. And I have a bright picture. You see my blue hair, my green eyebrows. You see who I am. It's clear, it's bright, it catches someone's attention. Find your tribe example number 2, okay? This is where I'm talking to the girl that is checking boxes in her life and working a corporate job that she doesn't feel passionate about, but she feels like she has to do it, whether it was because it was her college degree or it was something she was pushed into, or there's just nothing else that she's capable of doing in her life. So she's got to climb the corporate ladder for the rest of her life so that she can make a point, so that she can prove people wrong. So blah, 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 blah. This is who I'm talking to right here, all right? This is where I'm talking about how I was that girl at one time, and I was willing to work that hard for a mediocre salary, working 50, 60 hours a week for the rest of my life until I'm like 75 and I'm ready to retire, all right? I'm talking to that girl. Again, my picture shows my blue hair. It shows my smile, my eyes. It shows who I am, okay? And then, of course, I asked the question at the end, are you tired of climbing someone else's ladder? Like when you're climbing the corporate ladder, you're not climbing your own ladder in life. You're climbing someone else's ladder that's telling you what you are worth. Someone else is telling you what your job position should be, and they're ranking you based on how much ass you're kissing. Like, I'm sorry, that life is not for me. Not for me. Here's another one right here. This is more of a before and after. And I started it with buzzwords. Something resonated with me, and it brought tears to my eyes. That's usually going to capture someone's attention that is looking for change, that has been feeling emotional. Maybe they're going through a personal transformation, okay? And this is where I talk about weight loss and pictures and my kids and being healthy and fun and active. Again, I'm speaking to my tribe. I'm telling a story. Every single one of these posts, I tell a story about my life, you guys. I told a story about deleting all of my fat pictures because I never wanted to get in front of the camera. I talked about climbing the corporate ladder and how much of my life I was willing to sacrifice to climb a corporate ladder. Right here, I talk about my anxiety and my mental health. I'm sharing a story, okay? The formula to connecting with people's emotions is sharing a piece of you. How do you feel today? And you've got to go big with this. Like, go big with this and push yourself in this area because you need to learn this skill. This is what's going to connect emotion. Share a piece of you today and how you felt today. Good, bad, ugly. I don't care. And then share a lesson you learned. All right? What have you learned today? How do you want to help someone else believe in themselves today? Go deeper than, hey, you can do it. That's boring. It gets repetitive. No. Okay? Plus, if you are able to go deep into helping people see their own potential in life, that's a good indicator that you're absorbing your personal development. You're doing your personal development and you're absorbing it. Okay? What obstacle did you face today? Why should your people and your tribe care that you face that obstacle? How did you face it? How did you overcome it? And most importantly, what lesson did you learn? What bold experience did you have today? And how can you help someone else see value in themselves today? Okay? This is your formula for connecting to emotions of the people you want to inspire, of the go-getter coaches you want on your team. Okay? What lesson will someone take away from this? No one cares about Taco Tuesday, you guys, unless you teach them something about it. How to make it, how to use healthier options, how it fits into your meal plan. Tell me a story. I want to know a story. Maybe you have a story about Taco Tuesday that reminds you of your childhood. What childhood story could you bring back? For me, I could go on and on about Taco Tuesday in my childhood. You want to know why? Because for Christmas and Thanksgiving, we don't have Christmas and Thanksgiving food. We have Mexican food. Yep. That's a childhood story. I could tell you about the buffets and growing up and having our long dining room table set up and all of our Christmas decorations out, and like 30 people coming over to our house, and everyone getting in line and fixing their tacos and their fajitas and their enchiladas, and that's a story. That's a story to tell. When writing your post and your messages, ask yourself this: does this person who's reading this right now, do they see themselves in your shoes? Speak to your ideal client. Can they see the life transformation possible for themselves? Whenever you're sharing your transformation, don't just say, I worked out today for 45 minutes, fist bump. Why did you work out today? What pushed you to push play? Why did you not quit? How did you feel at the beginning of your workout, in the middle of your workout, and at the end of your workout? Who was cheering you on during your workout? Did you check in with your challengers into your boot camp? What are you doing to allow people to see the life transformation for themselves through your posts? How your branding translates to Instagram, okay? Because Instagram's a big deal. So you need to make sure your hashtags and the hashtags you're following are people that you absolutely love. So like, I like to shop at Whole Foods, even though it's expensive as fuck, but I like to shop there. It's not enough to tag Whole Foods or to hashtag Whole Foods. What I will do is I will hashtag certain products that I buy from Whole Foods. Again, it's not enough to tag like rainbow hair or unicorn hair or mermaid hair. I'm looking for hashtags of the people that use the same hair products as I do, the same makeup products as I do. They like to go on vacations to the same places I go on vacations. Maybe they've got 3 kids or 3 girls just like I do. Maybe they like wine night. Maybe they like, I don't know, whatever it is. I'm looking for those hashtags of people that are just like me. And then brands you follow and people you connect with. So for example, who do I follow? What is her name? What is her name? What is her name? So I follow a couple of big Instagram influencers. Just one second. What is her name? I forgot her name. I might not be able to put it out there. But anyway, I follow a couple of big Instagram influencers, okay? What I will do is I will go to one of their posts where they've got like 200 comments. Because if someone has 200 comments, even 50 comments, they're doing something right, right? So I will go to the people commenting on these influencers and I'll check them out. Because if they're commenting on an influencer that influences me, that I absolutely love, they're probably someone in or around my tribe. So I want to go connect with those same people, okay? The language, did you see how I just spelled your? Huh? The language you're using on those 8-second stories, Instagram stories, you guys, if you're not doing Instagram stories, you're missing the boat. The language you're using, and it's like 15 seconds, but how are you speaking to people? What are you saying? I get a lot of messages from people because I'm speaking the language of my tribe. I'm not afraid to be real and authentic, and I'm connecting with them. I'm connecting with people that are like me. I'm using the language that they use. So I will even go and check out people that I have common interests with, and I'll see what they're tagging on their posts. I'll see how they talk on their posts. And I know that, okay, if that is someone that I want on my team, I need to speak to her. Again, the locations that you're tagging, we've gone over that. Use the poll options to build connections with your audience, not just the poll options like who wants to join my next challenge group, but ask weird questions like, I don't know, do you, like last night, my question was, do you make your bed every single day? Every single day? Nope, what's that? Like, that was literally my poll last night. And then I've asked questions like, are you on birth control? Do you have anxiety? Do you drink coffee every morning? Are you gluten-free? Do you have an autoimmune disorder? Do you wash your hair every single day? I just use the poll options to build connections with people because based on their answers, I'm going to get to know who's my tribe. Instagram. study successful coaches. Every single day, you need to be on Instagram and you need to have 10 stories a day. I mean, I don't always have 10 stories a day, but that is what I shoot for. I shoot for 10 times a day. All right? Actually talk on your Instagram stories. Don't just take pictures and boomerangs. Actually talk and get yourself in front of that camera. Target your niche and the people you want to help. Talk to the people you're trying to help. Like right now, I'm about to start potty training, which I'm so scared of because this child is the hardest child in the world. Hashtag toddler life be like, okay? It'd be like crazy, all right? So I'm talking about things with people who get me. And you gotta keep it balanced. Business, family, fun, nutrition, you gotta keep it balanced. Some days for me, it's all about my mental health. Some days I'm talking about my hair and my makeup and my daily routines. Some days I've got my workouts on there and my nutrition. Some days I am just singing. I don't know. I keep it raw, I keep it real, and I keep it vulnerable. I keep putting myself out there every single day. And I invite basically every single day on Instagram stories by putting see link in bio. Like, what's her name? Gosh, sorry you guys. I have like mom brain to the max. Haley Christian. She invites on her social media or on her Instagram stories every single day. Usually it's like, you know where to find me, click the link in my bio, something like that. But every single day you should be offering a freemium or info on what you have going on, you know? And the only way you're gonna know what you have going on is if you're writing it down on a calendar. I'm not gonna talk about it if I don't have it scheduled in, okay? So what are your groups about? This is something you gotta talk about on your Instagram. What are your groups about? What's in it for them? And what do you have coming up? What's the deadline? What's the enrollment date? So if you're trying to host a challenge group, but you don't have it set in stone, how are you going to talk about when the enrollment date is and when the deadline is, okay? You've gotta write it down. Like I literally have a month planned out in my business and I have a training on that already. You can go find it. You can see exactly how I plan out my weeks, every single week. But it's so important that you stay consistent in these activities. Okay, you guys, literally, you've got to be doing these activities and they take no time once you get in the habit of it. Once you get in the habit, these activities take no time to do. Instagram messages. These are a must. You must be doing these. I'm going to be consistent in these activities up because it goes with this one too. 10 messages minimum a day, 5 times a day. Okay, 10 messages a day doesn't mean I'm saying, hey, you want to be part of my boot camp? No, you guys, like if someone's commenting and liking and taking my polls and stuff like that, and there are people that are like viewing my stories, I'm going to send them a message. Hey girl, oh my gosh, thank you so much for always supporting me. The encouragement means everything. Are you on a journey as well? Mamahood, weight loss, mental health, question mark. Because if people are following me, it's probably going to be because they're a mom, weight loss, mental health, maybe, I don't know, that's probably what, maybe makeup, hair, you know, that's why people follow me. So I'll send a message just like that. And I'll use a script and I'll change it up. You know, I'll change up my script every once in a while. Or if they're liking my fitness post and my coach post, usually I'll say, hey girl, oh my gosh, thank you so much for liking my post. I truly appreciate it. I'm not sure if you were just showing love or if you're interested in joining my next boot camp or what is Coach Sneak Peek. I would love to give you more information. Just let me know. Hearts, XO. Just like that, okay? And out of those like 10 people a day, only 2 or 3 people might write me back. And that's still true to this day. But you just keep going. Like some will, some won't, so what, move on, okay? And this is why workshops, groups, boot camps are so important, okay? And it's so important that you're constantly putting those on the calendar so everyone you're talking to, once they're asking to be a part of it or to take a look, you've got a place to put them, okay? Have a plan on who you message. You got to plan it out. You got to know who you're messaging, okay? And just remember to message all the commenters, likers, poll takers, story viewers, whatever, depending on what they're watching and what they're commenting on and what they're liking will depend on how you're sending them a message and how you're connecting with them. Just remember, whenever you send them a message, and even if you're like, I would love to give you more information on your boot camp, on my boot camp, can't wait to hear back, I always click send, go to their profile, stalk them for a quick 2 minutes, go back and tell them something I love about them and ask a question about what I love about them. Kids, dogs, fashion, hair, tattoos, whatever it is, vacations. Oh my gosh, I love that beach photo. Where did you guys go? How long were you there? Did the kids go with you? Like, I want to know my people. You got to know your people too. Oh, did this end? No. Did my live video on Facebook end? I'm going to be pissed. I think it did. All right, you guys. Hopefully this training gave you some insight. Hopefully this helped you out on branding yourself and on attracting people that are go-getter coaches in your business, all right? I will upload these slides onto the team page, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye, you guys.